They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives.
Hello, everybody. I know I look silly, but my hair is coming down in my eyes, and I'm either going to have to cut it or something. I don't know. But I'll do it one of these days. Okay, so we're going to look at Genesis 44 and 45 today. I have to write them down. What did I just read? By the time I get done and get in there to do the video, I forget. So I'm going to do 44 and 45. Alright. And he commanded the steward of the house, saying, fill the men's sack with food as much as they can carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth. And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the words of Joseph had spoken. And as soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said to his steward, up, follow after the men, and when thou doest, overtake them, saying to them, wherefore have you reward evil for good? Now, again, I have to ask you, does this sound something like one of God's people would do? I don't think so. It's conniving to me. I mean, that's the way I see it. But that's my opinion. Everybody has theirs, okay? Okay. 5. Is not this it in which my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth he have done evil in so doing? And he overtook them, and he spoke unto these same words. And they said unto him, wherefore saith my Lord these words? God forbid that thy servant should do according to this thing. Behold, the money which we found in our sack's mouth we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan. Now then, should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver or gold? With whomever of thy servant it be found, both let them die, and we also will be my Lord's bondmen. So whoever's the cup is in, let them die, and we'll be his bondmen. Okay? So in other words, they're saying we don't steal. And he said, now also let it be according to your words. He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and he shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened every man's his sack. And he searched, and began at the eldest, and left at the youngest. and the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. So they put it in the younger sack. All right, we're on 13, and the cat was out. True life in my house. All right. Then they rent their clothes and laid every man his ass and returned to the city. And Judah and his brother came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there, and they fell before him on the ground. And Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man have I came certainly divine? And Joseph said, What shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? God hath found out the iniquity of the servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servant. Behold, we, and he also with whom the cup was found. And he said, God forbid that I should do so. But the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. In other words, whoever stole it, that's the one that is going to be my servant. And Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my Lord's ear, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even a Pharaoh. All right, see? He's saying, look, you're a Pharaoh. A Pharaoh is a king, okay? So, if we look at this, and now everybody sees him as a king as well. So, he took on being a king. 19, My Lord asked his servant, saying, Have you a father or a brother? And we said unto my Lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother, and his father loves him. And thou saidst unto my servant, Bring him down unto me, that I may set my eyes upon him. And we said unto my Lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for he should leave his father shall die. 23. And thou sayest unto thy servant, Except your youngest brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more. And it came to pass, when we came up unto the servant my father, we told him the words of my Lord. And our father said, Go again and buy as little food. And we said, We cannot go down, if our youngest brother be not with us. Then we will go down, for we may not see the man's face, except the youngest brother be with us. And thy servant, my father, said unto us, Ye know that my wife bore me 2 sons. So what about all these other ones? They are sons to him too. 29. Talking about me. And if you take this also from me, and mischief befall him, he shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I came to my servant my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life. So in other words, Israel put all his life, everything around him, and nothing else really mattered except for this one child. See, that no one should put one child above another. You should love a child, even if you have to do tough love. Okay? And it came to pass, when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die. And thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became surely for the lad unto my father, saying, If I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever. Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad a bondman to my lord, and let the lad go up with his brethren. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me? Lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come upon my father. So if I don't take the lad back home with me, my father's going to die. And I don't want to see that happen. All right, now we're on 45. And Joseph could not refrain himself before all of them that stood by him. And he cried, cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. So in other words, he made all his servants leave. And it was just nothing but Joseph and all the brothers there. Number 2. And he wept out loud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. So they heard him crying. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doeth my father yet live? And his brothers could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. So they're like, huh? What? Okay, so now we see that they bowed down themselves to Joseph, like his dreams. Number 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph your brother, whom you sold to Egypt. Now therefore, be not grieved, nor angry with yourself, that you sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. In other words, you're not going to be able to grow your own food and everything. I do like how he does say, God planned this and it did happen. But I don't know how to explain it. I don't think that he has, I think he has like a worldview, because I don't think he would let anybody bow down to him. And I mean, to me, you shouldn't do it. But it may be the custom back then. I don't know. Number 7. And God sent me before you to preserve you a prosperity in the earth, and to save your lives by great deliverance. And now it was not you that sent me hither, but God. And he had made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. See, he's making sure that they understand, hey, look, this is what I am. Haste me, and go up to my father, and say unto them, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not, and thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flock, and thy herd, and all thou hast. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all the glory of Egypt, and all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. So tell him, look at everything that Egypt has. Look at all the sin. Egypt is a type of sin. Okay? So 14. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept. And Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that his brethren talked with them. And the fame thereof was heard through Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come. And it pleased Pharaoh well and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, lay your beast, and go, get you into the land of Canaan, and take your father and your household, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, do ye, and you, take you weapons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father, and come. Also regard not your staff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them weapons, according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the way. To all of them he gave each man charge of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread, and meat for his father by the way. So they sent all kinds of food down there for his father to see, hey, look, they have definitely got. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that you fall not out by the way. And they went out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father. So, didn't they change Jacob's name to Israel? I guess worldly he's one name, and spiritually he's another name. I'm going back to look. Oh, I just hope I don't lose my spot, but I'm pretty sure. All right, let's just go on. 45. Okay, Jacob the rock. 26. And told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagon which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob, their father, was revived. And Israel said, now here we go. We don't have to go no further than the same page. So up here is Jacob, and down here is Israel. Joseph. No, Jacob. I'm writing Jacob. All right. It is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive, and I will go and see him before I die. All right, this is the end of 45. And let's see how big. Let's see if we can go ahead and squeeze in 46. Okay? And Israel took his journey with all he had, and came to Beersheba, and offered sacrifice unto the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke unto Israel in a vision of the night, and said, Jacob, Jacob, and he said, Here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation, and I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eye. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carrying Jacob their father, and the little ones, and their wives, and the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their cattle and their goods which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt. Jacob and all his seed with him, and his sons sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed, though he with him into Egypt. And these are the name of the children of Israel which came into Egypt: Jacob his son, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the son of Reuben. Okay, these are their names, and I am not going to butcher them. So let's go down. I'm glad I did it now. All right, I'm going to skip down to 15. And these be the son of Leah, which she bore to Jacob in Panaram, and his daughter Dinah, and all the souls of his sons and his daughters were 33. And the son of Gad. Now this is the list of Gad, Asher, the rest of them. Go on down 20. And to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bore unto him. All right, going on down. All right, 26. All the souls that came with Jacob in Egypt, which came out of his loins, beside Jacob's son's wife, all the souls were 66. And the son of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob came into Egypt, were 70. And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph to direct his face into Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to meet Israel his father to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck, and wept in his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive. And Joseph said unto his brethren, and to his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are coming to me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flock and their herd, and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, What is your occupation? That ye shall say, Thy servant's trade hath been cattle, from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that we may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. So he wanted to put them in Goshen, okay, and not in the land of Canaan. So Goshen is further out, I believe, from Canaan. So I would say if we look further into this, we could find a whole lot more. But I'm going to call it quits from here, and we'll come back and do 47. We have exactly 50 chapters in Genesis, and I want to try to finish Genesis up and all. So, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to finish up Matthew after I get done with this one. Alright, I hope it helps you all. I love you guys. Hugs and kisses to all of you. This is how to donate to my PayPal. You come down here to Poor Man's Sewing, and you mash on Poor Man's Sewing. Then you go over here to About. You mash on About, and right here is to donate to Poor Man's Sewing. Thank you. I appreciate everything that is donated. It will go to the sewing shed that we are working on, or anything that you want me to put it on there, just leave a note on there and I will see what it says. And I really do appreciate you donating and watching my channel. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.